He's no good to me dead.
Hour of the night, streets are calling, stealing from the light, shadows crawling. Hour of the night, streets are...
Hello everybody, Robert Fett back again for another Star Wars unboxing. As you see in the background, we have wave 1 of the retro collection. Something I didn't mention before, this Moff figure here, Moff Tarkin, the only way to get that figure is with that board game. At the end of the video I will open it up and I'll go through that for you. But the reason you're here today is to see this. We have Star Wars Episode 5 Retro Collection. This is the Empire Strikes Back one. Let's get this bad boy open. And let's see who's in this wave. The first figure we have here is Bespin on Hoth Leia. Lovely card there. You can remove these stickers quite easily. Bit of blurb on the back. So this is the 40th anniversary of Empire, the best Star Wars film. Second figure, who's it going to be? Han Solo Hoth. How amazing that likeness is. Next, I think you see it, we have the Jedi Master Yoda. Lovely card as well. This little damage on the sides to make it look vintage. Just a part of the box art. Next figure is, there he is, the main man, Boba Fett. This figure on its own, I think it's going for about £30 already, and this wave only come out last week. There he is, a beautiful card there. There is the Fett. Next one, Lando. Another amazing card. There's Lando there. Another great figure. I personally believe this is much better than the last lot we got. We have one more here. Who is it going to be? Here we go. Bespin Luke. His yellow saber and his blaster. And there is the 6. Right, now let's compare the vintage wave, the OG ones, to these retro collection. My retro collection are still mint on card, so unfortunately you'll see package figure next to loose vintage. So let's go with Lando first. This is the new sculpt. And there is the old. Let's get some Boba Fett action. There's your Fett. My Fett is slightly battle damaged, but you see these moulds are spot on. If you remember from one of my earlier videos, I have Yoda, but he's a bit naked. Slightly lighter colour, the new one. Bespin Luke. Vintage Bespin Luke. Not much difference at all. Han Hoth. Dirty Hoff. Leah Hoff. Vintage. To be honest, the vintage one actually looks better there. Even the paint job looks better. That's crazy. Right, while we're here, we might as well compare the first wave of retros with their vintage counterparts. So first off, we have Stormy there. The head's slightly smaller on the re-release there. Chewbacca. Farm Boy Luke. Softer face on the old one. The eyes are a bit too black on that new one. Han Solo. Thinner head on the retro one. Darth Vader. Pretty much identical there. And Princess Leia. I do have one of the retro collection classics loose. There's a Stormtrooper there. Compare it to the OG there. Very, very loose limbs on the new one. So you put a weapon in their fingers, they tend to fall out. Big issue we've got with these with collectors. You know, you could buy a bulk load on eBay. You see that vintage figure there. You buy it because of that one figure. And it turns out to be a reproduction. The only way to really tell is on the back of the figures. On the vintage, you'd have a date. Where the modern ones, they don't. Let me see if I can get a close-up image for you. So that is the only real way to find out, to be honest. And there is a lineup of the first two waves. The last thing to go through today is the Star Wars Escape from the Death Star game. I don't remember owning this as a child, but the box is quite familiar. So you've got the board there, cards, just the rules there if you want to have a read. And the only reason I bought it was for the Tarkin figure. They have released, or they are releasing one for Empire Strikes Back for this second wave, which is Luke Skywalker. Right, let's get this open. So as we've seen before, your Tarkin figure never got released. Crazy way, isn't it? Some playing cards there. We'll need to read the instructions. Right. Got a spinner. Guess to take your turns. Got your little bases to put the figures on the characters. There's all your characters. That's your game instructions. On the back. Let's check the board out. And there's the board. May play it one day. We shall see. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe. Now let's compare the re-release figures with the vintage line. See if we've got much. Fuck.